Right, on.
Alright, let me just make sure that's so testing, right?
So testing, testing,
All
testing.
right, we on. So, all right.
Mm.
So first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Hashem, Yahushai,
Yahushai, Bashem, Rakah, Kodash.
Akodah.
We say that when we say apostles and elders agree most on the rule that the ruler will teach us our apostles in truth, and we say salutation, so the outcome must push you within our truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season or season, we say shalom. You know, once again,
Shalom.
going into our video here, and this basically touching upon, as you can see by the title, say events in the news. You know, like if you're keeping up with the news, there's some breaking news for the past for some hours ago, right? Going into you know how they're mandating back the face mask, right? They also putting out so much news where they're talking about four different. They're calling it a quadrulic. Let me see if I find it here. A
Mm.
quadrulic viruses, meaning that there's four different viruses, and they can't pinpoint which one it is getting people sick, right? But what they did, right? What they did was I'm getting news here, quick, right?
And if I can say, all these things we
Well,
know is not, we know ultimately is the Lord's will that these things will happen because it talk about the pestilences and so forth, the plagues and whatever. But we also know that these things is by design of Esau because scriptures say what? He had but a short time. So it has certain things that he trying to speed up to be able to help fulfill his agenda. Because if you look at this so-called 2025, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, this is the year that they wanted to push a lot of like digitalization and so forth and implement certain systems. But they know that a lot of people would not be down for those systems because they are the knowledge coming out to show that these systems are systems of control. So they had to put things in place, for when that time does come, right? They had to put things in place for when that time does come, right? When that time does come, we'll be able to do what needs to be done. You understand? They're telling themselves, all right, when that time come, we'll make things difficult for them. It's just like what they was doing with the 911 on September 11th, right? They put things in place in a way that, hey, if it is that, let me say, we want to implement this, most people not go along with it. So you create a terror attack, you get people paranoid. So with that situation now, they will be more easy. It'll be easier to conform them, and there will be more compliance to whatever system they're going to implement. And that is something that they're doing again, just like with the C19. What they do, they put fear, they put lockdowns, they put all these different things to get the people to conform. And with the CHIP, they're going to do similar things. You understand? Now we talk about the cause it all, right? So all these different pestilences and so forth, we know that all of these things are by design, right? That they're doing to be able to help to usher in what it is they want to do. And also is a part of prophecy because the scriptures talk about it, right? Let me get a scripture. And these are the things that the prophets, that the apostles, they did ask the Lord of certain signs, what to look for. And scriptures say what all things are written aforetime were written for our learning. So we also know what to look for. Say Matthew 24, verse 3 is saying, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Right? One that world goes back to this rulership, right? Because scriptures say what Esau is the end of the world, And Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. If the whole world was going to blow up and be destroyed, they would have no Jacob to follow. Right? So we know that referring to their kingdom. Right? We know that referring to their kingdom. Right? So,
Right. You hear me? You hear me?
uh, yeah, yeah. I'll
Right, can
continue reading.
right, can I just
Mm-hmm.
want to take a little pause here for something important.
No, that's good. That's
Can.
most.
So go ahead. Wait, was reading
All right.
that?
Matthew 24.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, can.
Go through.
I can just say something. I'll just say in a
Yeah.
glimpse in way you're saying because you was going into like the C19 and so forth, right? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I put a bit information this morning. Like I posted the same thing I was sharing with the I did send this one to all your first. I sent this one about some days ago where it was talking about the China, right? When China ended up with the
Mm-hmm.
state of emergency, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I finally posted today as you know your WhatsApp status. Someone messaged me and told me there was like the mother, she mother got a vision, and the vision was the mother sees something some grand what you say it was like um some chaos going in sooner, but like she got a vision of
Mm-hmm.
something going to happen to the world now, right? And I said
Mm-hmm.
she not wrong, you know, and it
Yeah.
was going along the lines of the same thing that posted like the state of emergency and all this stuff now.
Trouble never before seen.
Can I can remember the script that say the second address. You know, I mentioned it for the past two videos that I did because again, it's just to show you so much of things happening. Whereas you can bring back to the remember the script that tell us redeem any time because what the days are evil, right? It also tell us the second address 14. It tell us evils increase. You know, and that is what we're seeing. You know, we went from just hearing about we just went from hearing a new virus. Then we went to hear a quadrulette or something like that, calling it, which is four, right? And then now we in the state of where the mandating back face masks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just one thing act. We ain't talking about the other stuff that with it. What about the plane crashes act, the EMPs? We ain't talking about the how these guys are setting up bombs, how they blow up the in front of the Trump Tower, the next one ram through the thing. You know, they're talking about um there are people inside America that come and they cause havoc and so forth. You know, this is so much of things happening. And this again what today? It's today is what? January
22.
3rd.
Yeah.
You know? It have a page that I was getting news from, and the page was the name of the page is Rose Alert, right? Raw
Mm-hmm.
Alert. And you can go and check it out for yourself on Twitter and for anybody that may be watching. He, at the beginning of 2025, he said that he was asking, you know, he was asking the Lord, you know, Lord, 2024, you know, it was rough, and I hope 25 will get better. And as he said that, something happened. He was like, he was like, he was like, I'm sorry, Oli, I didn't mean to, because right after he said that, the truck ran through the people. You see the plane and crash, you know, and that was
Yeah.
on the first day.
When they say peace and safety.
Sudden destruction can. Good, good.
All right, I'm gonna go down to reach verse 4, right?
You can.
And say, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. And right now, yes, that is something that gain real rampant too, not just in terms of the prophecies of destruction, but also false prophecies and false prophets. You understand? A lot of people deceiving and being deceived, as the scriptures say, right? They say, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
But this is something we just act because this
Mhm.
also go back to the conversation like what I was having with the person. I was like, you know, plenty people just don't believe, right? They just don't believe. You
Mhm.
know, they will call the things that we say in conspiracy theory. They will say that it
Yeah.
not going to come. But as the scripture just now mentioned, for all these things, what it must come to pass. All
Yeah.
these things that mentioned here, it going and happen. You know.
Right now we winning. All that
Yeah.
TV, all that TV shit that's be talking right now.
Yeah.
Everybody. Everybody quiet, and we winning right now.
Yeah. Hey, as I say that, so, you remember when you was in your works and we was laughing, when the guy, it was a guy I was telling all about who say, who he did say, right now the conspiracy theorists, they are 100 up, they are
Yeah,
1,000 up. He was laughing because that is what it
yeah,
is called us. But we know where the term conspiracy theorists come from, but we also know the deeper meaning to it. It's
yeah.
just a term that the
Because
government used to
that
put
what
in to
is
make it,
label us
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm really and truly, like, right now, you see, seeing a lot of things happening with the people too. Because after the C19, and people get to not only realize that it was it was trash, but also the effects that they're facing after. He saw know that when they come again with the CHIP, they had to come a little tough because people not going to be as quick to take it as they did. In a technical sense, they had to turn up things to be able to motivate them to take it. If you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah, no,
because
no, you're right. You're right. Because that was just something, we was talking, we was meant, we was talking about that, and I believe I was talking to somebody recently. They have to do that. It's order through what? Order
chaos, yeah.
through, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the water turn it up even higher, I believe. So it wouldn't be nothing like no simple job cuts and thing like that. The water turn it up even higher because you
Hmm.
see, like how the scriptures talk about, it could be so hard that they will have no food. They will have to put in a situation like that because after getting catch with the 1-9, you go harder come a little harder for people to actually be like, yeah, but if you really have to. Okay, scripture say what
Wow.
no man shall buy or sell.
That's right, That's right, and as you're saying that, it goes along with what you're saying. It goes along with the prophecy because the scripture said, as you read in there, all these things must come to pass, and the things that it mentioned that come to pass is things that already hash, and from there it going and tell you, going down, it go tell you that all these is the beginning of sorrow, so it going and get worse, and as the
Um,
brother saying, things have to get bad, no work. You see, and again, where's one of the things that Esau said after 2020? What they said is that the people would never recover from this. You
mhm.
understand? The mindset, the way how they function, the way the things operate in the world, it will never recover from this. And so said, so done. That is it. And
Mhm.
we going into our next year here that it is proclaimed to be worse than that.
Um, And like I say, like, based on what you just say, that's the reason why they use the term the new norm because they don't want it. They don't want the people to recover. That whole thing was more a grooming process to get them into a
Yeah.
certain mind frame and to a certain way, so that they could
Hmm.
prepare them for what is coming after.
That's right. That's right. And Esau have them, as we they say, Esau have them in the right way. They have them right now. That the net that is set for, the snares that they put for, that right, it catch them.
Um, they had them in the soft guy
Well,
era right now.
yeah, yeah.
I'll go down. Say verse
Mhm.
7, right? It say for
Yeah.
nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and
Hmm.
earthquakes in diverse places,
Yeah.
which is what you're
Famines.
just talking about. Can
Yeah. And we had how much earthquake? I believe we had two earthquakes since the year start already. You know. Um, it's a famines, right? If anybody's keeping up with what's going on with products on the shelf, let me just wait in the short thing
yeah,
that the natural food all they eating or they're not getting at all.
yeah, farms under
You
attack
understand?
right now, heavy.
Farms and meat attack. That's right.
So Esau,
There's
the
there's
what
so
Esau,
there's shortage
mm-hmm.
of minerals, certain products of food, you know. Um they call them back products because it's too contaminated, all these sort of things,
Yeah, boy.
right?
Every time you look on and you're seeing some article being even eye drops and a fungal infection, everything being called back for some kind of contamination right now.
Can
Yeah, understand? I think I've seen cucumbers contaminated with salmonella. How you get shit in the cucumbers?
Yeah, like
Like,
it's like Anna, that's to show you how polluted this place really is. Like
mm,
salmonella on cucumber, that was never heard about before.
well, I appreciate remind me because salmonella usually come from either feces or urine, and I remind me
Hmm.
Like my with Ezekiel when he had teeth calves dung. I say thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. Just paraphrasing.
Done.
Okay, right now everything contaminated in some kind of way.
Some way or the other, every single thing, you know. But that is to show you that we just living on this abominable place.
Um,
And again, what you go do? They say the earth is. Let me bring that scripture.
mhm.
I'm gonna go to the book of Job. Who do that, man? Right. Let me go to the book of Job, chapter 9. All right. It said, just the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. It said, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So yeah. So it's and that's straight to the point. I said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. What they feel if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked and the wicked bear rule, what they feel it is they're going to do. You feel they're going to do good things, you can't get good things from a wicked man. You understand? You can't get that. Every single thing right now polluted your water, the things you eat, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your animals, the mixed breeding the animals, you know, etc. Beyond the shows you watch, you know,
And
everything
witchcraft and
just
sorcery everywhere.
witchcraft and sorcery all around, you know. Hey, that should show you how this place it's just since it's multiplying. Since multiplied, matter of fact.
I think our precept say what they say their sins have reached up to heaven. Just paraphrasing.
Yeah.
And that show how bad it is. Like, like it was just bad that before, like when we was going to take the land, they was defiling the land. You understand? Now Esau defiling the whole earth. It hardly have anywhere on the earth that Esau hasn't defiled. You understand? He defiling everywhere. I always say, well, destroy them that destroy the earth. Say, I read about verse 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Right? It say, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Right? So that's just the beginning of what to come. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
No, good.
Yeah, all these things are the beginning of like when people see, like that guy who was like, 2024 was bad. Like, you ain't see nothing yet. You ain't see nothing yet. You still have food on the shelves that you could go and purchase. Yeah, understand? It's still that police working on the streets that if something happened, you could still call them to respond. Kind of like I often like refer to like when it is, I think it was Puerto Rico. When did it get the hurricane? I think it was a hurricane or something that they get. And the whole place
That was the storm. That was the
storm, yeah.
storm. Mm-hmm.
The whole place, majority of the country for a long time didn't even have electricity and proper running water. I say it had plenty lawlessness, it had plenty looting, and it had plenty ravishing. I'll put it in that particular way. You understand? Women wasn't safe. Your food wasn't safe. You understand? In time of disaster, that's the kind of animals you see coming out in people's straight survival instinct. And we know any time of Jacob's trouble.
Which
Go ahead.
event you was talking about there? Which event you was talking about?
Huh?
Which event you was talking about?
No, I say in that situation, what happened with Puerto Rico now?
Oh yes. That was the that was the storm/hurricane.
Yeah,
And when the electricity cut off for how long? For like
right.
weeks upon.
And it had no running, had no proper water, drinkable water and thing. That's tell you, it was chaos. And imagine the time to come, they say going to be worse than any time before. So just like in that time in Puerto Rico, women wasn't safe, food wasn't safe, you wasn't safe. When the Lord put them spirits on those people in that time to come, the people going to be on what the scriptures say. What they say, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, none.
No pity, none. And we're going into a time where, as I was saying before, people have yet to recover from that total mass shutdown that it had, right? And again, the mindset that people in it more evil and so forth. So you get the grasp of how if something were to happen now, how they going to be. They don't care.
Can
You understand?
love
They're
and men no
literally
wax
not
and
going to
cold.
care.
Can
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. You was going to bring on the article with the same thing we was talking about with
Yes,
the
yes. I
you
was
the
going to
guy.
bring out the article, right? So
Mhm.
as we said, this is some events in the news, right? So this is it's a face mask mandates return in multiple U.S. states as doctors warn of quademic. That was a quademic, right?
Slovakia,
Of
where's the
four viral infections.
where's the date on that article? Slovakia.
That is 4 hours ago. This was 4 hours ago.
Oh shit! Today self they bring it out. Well, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This was 4 hours ago. It's a hospitals in parts of California, Illinois, Indiana, and New Jersey have also brought back the rules for the staff and visitors. Officials in New York City are urging people to consider um, wearing a face mask on public transport.
No,
Right?
I can try to interject for a second here, Slovakia. You even seeing how down here a lot of people getting real sick now.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that it's something that they releasing. It could be that the reactions from the people who get the jump shot. You understand? It could be a
Mm-hmm.
combination. Who knows? Because a lot of people, right? I imagine I making I talking to a guy, he wasn't feeling well, and you know what the man say? The man say he say like the jump shots finally starting to affect people. Man said that. Man said that
Yeah,
with your own mouth. I literally hear like jump shot like it's starting. So you never know if it's something recent, if it's jump shot effects, if it's a combination of both.
no,
Who knows?
yeah, also the pay, you see, and yeah, that is scripture say to continue to watch and pray because and take heed because
Um,
there were people talking about a particular fog, right?
mm-hmm,
But the fog, they say it was like chemicals then, you know,
mm-hmm.
it wasn't a natural like a natural fog, which we
It's something
know
creative.
biological warfare is being used, right?
Um,
But they talk about with the fog, they could not breathe, they could not do this, and so forth and so on. And right after the fog, there was a spike in certain increase in sickness. So
um,
that is going off of things that I wouldn't say confirmed. It's going off of things that was mentioned
I
and
was
being
said
talked
it.
about in certain things, you know.
We know. Remember, right now, as Georgia said, we may maintain humanity. You understand? Right now, there are too much people around, especially Jakes. Right now, the
Mm-hmm.
more they advance in AI and creating robotics, is the less people they need around.
Done.
You understand? So these pestilences and these plagues, they have to do the job because those things were not created for. Like I say, they're not trying to they're not trying to simulate cubics robots for everyone. No, that is not what them thing created for. Them thing created to take people's place. So
That's
if
right.
that them working in factories, they don't need factory workers no more. What them factories workers go and do, they go and sit down and receive government funding. No, and the government can keep that for themselves. They just have to put them in a hole.
That's right.
Yeah, go with the article.
Let me just bring a precept. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 7, I read from verse 41. It says,
Mm-hmm.
even so now, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increase,
Mm-hmm.
and and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly. Wherefore shall it not be so now also? He answered me and said, this
And if I can say
present
that
life.
before I continue, Mark,
Yeah,
you know when you make that statement, that's to show because the ungodly right now is either they causing these problems or they down for these problems. They're not trying to.
done.
They don't want to see the place get better.
That's right.
The angel had to reprove him. Was like, yo, that way nine it say what it say. Be not curious how the ungodly
And
shall
the
be
godly
punished.
said, yeah. Mm-hmm,
Calm.
mm-hmm.
Good.
It say, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide.
Calm.
Hey, he said, therefore have they prayed for the weak, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to
Calm.
come, wherein corruption is past. You understand?
Mm.
There's something to say,
No, go ahead.
right? And that is, and again, the immortality is as I say, is for to come, right? We know in this place is just wickedness abound, right? Total set of wickedness, and this place coming to end soon, right? You're going to see this place come to end soon. We see the things that the Lord say He will send upon, right? No, sorry, the things that the Lord say He will send, we seen it happening, right? We seen it taking place. We seen again, once again, it's such an important thing to continue to watch the news because um there was an article put out. Now, if you're keeping up with the news, you understand the certain things that happen, and you could put two and two together, and you could see what it is they're trying to do. Every single time they pop a news article, they're trying to do this before the 20th. They're trying to do this before the 20th because the 20th goes into when Trump coming in,
Yeah, the
right?
inauguration.
Then then you could see how things adding up to a different thing here. So you can see what again, watch and hey, take heed because again we in those evil times, right? We in those evil not hey I did a video and how much more to do and I mentioned famous I look up something called famous statements or famous phrases people have to use for the new year when the new year comes in. And one of the most famous ones is um, better things are to come, right? Better things to
Mm-hmm.
come. And again, that is such a false statement because it have nothing better to come, right? The only thing better to come is with you, Yahweh Shemi Oshai, right? But upon this place, it have nothing better to come, right? We heading into sorrows, right? Pain, affliction. This is what we heading into. When what were some of the statements these people was making after they come out from the lockdown? This will never happen again.
Yeah.
These things will never change.
Before the lockdown, they would say they would never happen. After the lockdown, they
Yeah,
would say never happen again.
yeah, yeah. And from there on out, they don't like to say it, but things have only gotten what worse,
And
right? Things have only gotten worse. Because just reading the article again, it's look at reading that next. This is 6 hours ago. Just in flu cases in hospital rising at very concerning rate, says NHS England, and it warns of dangers from extreme cold snap. Right? Um, this is 6 hours ago again. It said new. China is allegedly facing a new health crisis as the HMPV outbreak rapidly spreads across the country, raising global concerns. Right?
um, I remember you was talking about for the works that passed. You were saying right now a lot of more people they're seeing them wearing face masks because the amount
Mm-hmm.
of people that they see and getting sick. But and you see that's the illusion because we understand even people who in the science and so forth break it down. Those face masks not stopping somebody from spreading or being contaminated, but
Nope.
that is their delusion of safety. They believe that a piece of cloth across your face will actually save you from bio warfare. You know, like you know.
And this is show you how foolish our people is as well. At that time, I think we was doing works on the lockdown, right? And there was a guy passing with the original face mask, the good one, the one that does actually cover your face. And people was like laughing at him. People was watching him, and they were wearing all
Yeah,
this small little blue thing. And I was like,
the
this
kind of
is to show you that
hazmat.
they don't even understand, you know,
Uh,
you know. But hey, that is where you get from our foolish people.
Man walking around with a literal hazmat. Like for
Yeah,
example, it like bio like anything that has any kind of bio contamination. You just have to wear a whole suit and the hazmat on your face to be able to and sometimes you could still get contaminated. You can't stay there for too long. You understand? That
yeah.
just show you how serious bio warfare is.
That's
But
that's
like I
right.
say, people foolish, but that is what they will have faith in because Esau said it. And who else to go and trust in? They don't know
That,
themselves. So go ahead.
that's the say that I want to change that because as I say,
Mhm.
Esau say it right. Um, it say when the rich man speak, the people what they listen. You understand?
Can,
When the rich man tell them to rush out for toilet paper, what they want to do?
can, can.
Go ahead.
Remember that article down here with an article, the guy, the health minister, he did
Yeah,
come out and tell people stop buying up the mask on them. At first, he did come out and say that stop buying up the mask because the mask, those masks cannot protect you from those things. And then he came out afterwards and doubled down and was like, buy a mask. If you can't buy a mask, use a bandana.
use a
You know,
bandana.
use something. But so he come and come and actually speak facts, and then they probably reproof him in the background. So he had to come now and get and feed them the actual delusion because they know that the mask doesn't protect anything, but they don't believe in your Bashem Yahushai. So what else could they do to protect themselves against contaminations?
That's right. That's right. That's right. I have a scripture here for you, as we're talking about
Yeah,
that. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 21. And I will start from verse, as we was talking about how foolish these people is. Yeah. Let me start from the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 21. I read from verse 16. It said, the token of a fool is like a burden in the way, but grace shall be found in the lips of the wise. Right? I said, they inquire at the mouth of the wise man in the congregation, and they shall ponder his words in their heart. As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense, because it's foolishness. You understand? That is how the knowledge of the unwise is sound. Like the brother mentioned, like how they want to be talking about um what they say they didn't believe they would have shut down the place. That is knowledge of the unwise. And many other
can,
things I just want to mention, is one of the things that they were saying when it's time for the job, where they were saying that and they was promoting it, take the job so we could go back to our normal
yeah, to be normal.
our
Yeah,
normal life. You know? You see, and the knowledge of the unwise is talk without sense. You get out of sense because you're asking them, no, wait, is it trying to say, wait, is thing, and they can't even answer. It's all about just, some foolishness. It says, verse 19, it said, the doctrine on the fools is as feathers on the feet, and like manacles on the right hand. It says, verse 20, it says, a fool lifted up his voice with laughter. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter, but a wise man doth scarce smile a little. And I was like, I wanted to
can,
bring on that because it's just true, like, that's how a fool is be. You tell them something, instead of laugh, instead of giggle, you
can.
talking something serious, and that's what you see it in the
That
streets,
is, is
when
that is
you
that
come to ask
joke
a
for
question and
them?
giving them the
Yeah.
answer, talking something. Yeah, can, you know. Go ahead. What you're saying, go ahead.
No, after finish, check out with that precept. After finish.
Yeah, yeah. You all right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. It said in Deuteronomy
Yeah.
20, I'll start from 1, right? It say, when thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and see horses and chariots, and in people more than thou, it say, be not afraid of them, for Yahweh thy power is with thee. It say, which brought thee out up of the land of Egypt. Which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And that we was talking before, when I say like them, these people, why they're trusting anything Esau tell them, whether it be the face mask, the hand sanitizer. They don't even know if those hand sanitizers, if it really have something, how you even know those sanitizers and all those cleaning products you're using would even eliminate it, if you understand what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But
And you
they
see,
trust
there's the
in
thing.
them.
Go ahead, go ahead. Because where you're going to say is
Mhm.
what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now go ahead and say that. I'll talk after.
Yeah, because I sure it's going to lines like they trusting these in man. Now people like they say they
Mhm.
trust in man. You see, there's the thing like, we trust in the Lord, right? We
Mhm.
trust in the Lord. That is what our belief is. So these things that happen, and we know the Lord is there for us. Rather, if we had to go to my we still trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. But these people, they
Um,
trust so much into Esau and the things that they say, they get fooled by it every single time. They trust in the hand sanitizer, they trust in the toilet paper, they trust in the job, and every single time they get fooled. We into the fourth year, right? Didn't they say
mhm.
the fourth year? What was said by the scientists? 4
Yeah.
years after the job be implemented, they go see
Three,
the
three to
repercussions of
four.
it. Three
Can
to
three to
four,
four.
three to four.
You go start to see people start to ploops.
Yep.
I,
Yep.
you know what funny? I was talking to like somebody close to me and somebody who passed away, and it was right around that same time. Like after about a year after, and in my head, it only occurred to me last. I say, I wonder if the person, because just so the person get complications and just poof.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But that person was old, so they might get thing out faster. But for the younger ones who are a little more vibrant, it will take a longer period of
A
time.
longer period, yep. But it would affect them in different ways.
Huh.
Like they was talking about how the spirit would be, how the mind, how they would think, like with the mind, because it affect them in different forms. It play with the frequencies and so forth. You
Become
understand?
more docile, can.
Dan, that's right. And this thing, when I was reading the news, I think it was last night or this morning, like I was reading some of the comments from the news, and a woman, she said she was asking people for advice how to take it out from she, because she took the you know
Mm-hmm.
she took the job, and she was like, she was reading the
Like a
news that
particular
another thing
one,
coming,
can.
yeah, another thing coming, and she was like, how to take this out, because she not ever since she take it, she been feeling a certain way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Act, and that's how people go on B2 act with the mark, the MOTB.
Mm-hmm.
When they take it and they realize it's not what they deem it to be, and they realize the judgment, and they'll go and come for taking it, they will be like, how to take it out, how to get rid of it, you know?
But don't have no taking it out because he's so making it
Yeah.
specifically that yeah, you had to cut your hand off. Yeah, you have
Hmm.
to take the had to cut your hand off. I'm good on this.
Yeah.
It say, for Yahweh thy power is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. It said, shall be when ye are come nigh unto the battle. And the scriptures say what? It say, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You understand? It's a spiritual battle we fighting right now. Right? All these different things that they implemented upon us and just trying to do to us is a spiritual battle we having with them.
That's
You
right.
know? And it shall be when ye come nigh unto the battle, and the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint. It say, Fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. It say, For Yahweh your power is he that goeth with you, and fight
Gone,
for you against your enemies to save you.
gone.
You understand? And they are getting that in mind by the precept where it say what it say Michael Michael that prince, it says, shall stand up for the children of thy people. Right?
Hmm.
This is Lord already going and fight for us. But when all these different, just like for example, like all the brothers who went through certain things on around the jump shot time, the Lord did put brothers could testify that even though they couldn't be eaten like the most abundant things, they were still taken care of. You
That's
understand? The
right.
Lord made sure that they had a way to be able to survive without doing it. And that is what that trust in the Lord is what because in that time at the CHIP, it's going to be worse. You understand? The Lord go had to be turning it up in a way that hey, you go really had to be doing some kind of things to feed men because it's gonna be the one Esau gonna be bringing it down so hard after it, most people they wouldn't have no way of getting around that at all. No way.
Yeah. Let me bring a precept here for you, because you're right there,
Mhm.
right? Talking about the trust in the Lord. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, and I'll read from verse let me read from verse Read from verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Right?
Can.
You know, and that's the thing. Hey, we might lose all, but we're going to gain more with the Lord. We just have to be patient and know that, hey, we have to go through these things. Right? Don't feel, and you see, that's what Esau want to explain to these people outside here. No, they know, Jake love possessions. They know Jake love materialistic stuff. They know all they have to do is take away it, and whatever it is to implement, Jay could run to take, because they want back the joy, they want back the fun, they want back to do the wickedness. That is one of the
Can.
things they do with the lockdown. They tell them, hey, all they want to eat in a restaurant, or they want to party, or they want carnival, what they tell them to do? Come and take this,
Free hose. Yeah, that's
free rules. They was giving them free flights, free Burger King, right? It say for gold is tried in the fire, unacceptable men in the furnace of adversity, right? And say unacceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So with that things that we go through, these things that we're talking about, we know we in it. We're not going to be out of it like this, like all the Christians talk about a rapture. No, we're going to be in it. We're going to be tried. But that is where the difference is. You know a man of the Lord from a man who is not of the Lord, who don't believe in the Lord. Right? It's in
And
verse
then
6. It says,
I got to say,
go ahead, go ahead.
the scriptures say what wisdom and knowledge shall be stability at thy times. Just like how you had stated earlier, people, because they're trying to keep what it is they have, it's like the man who walked away sorrowful because he had much possessions. A lot of people in that category, because they want to try to hold on to those lifelong toils of and earnings of labor. They will
That's
be
right.
deceived by that. But a man of the
Can.
Lord who have knowledge, he would know that here were going on. Whether it is whether even if I take that, Esau still going to take it away. Because they said what? They say you will own nothing and be happy. So they might just try to dangle it in front of your face to even get the idea that you have a chance to get it back. But ultimately you're not going to keep it. That is going to be to get it to comply. Our scriptures say what? They say never trust thy enemy. Because iron rusted,
That's
so is
right.
his wickedness.
That's right. And iron must rust. You can cover
Um,
up iron with adhesive paint a million times, right? You can cover it and make that iron look like if it new, but the inside it will always what? It will always rust, right? So that wickedness from that wicked man is not going away. That hatred from your enemy is not going away, even though they might cover it, they might try to hide it. Nah, it is always there, right? It's a it's a verse 6. It said, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside lest ye fall. It say, so I just straightly going to it as we mentioned. It say, ye that fear the Lord, right? Wait for
mhm.
his mercy and
And
go not aside lest he fall. So that's a sure we gotta wait with that patience. But if you go aside from doing that, what we feel going to happen to you, you're going to fall. He is going to fall. In the times that we're coming into, it's straight out decisions. Whatever decision they make, it don't come back, right? We feel taking the MOTB and it can come back. No, it tell us straight out what's going to happen to them that take it, right?
the scripture say what
So
it
that way
say.
it's
Say but
go
that's
ahead, go ahead.
Revelations 14. It say to talk about the judgment of it. It didn't say those who might be able to know. Once you take that, consider yourself gone. Yeah,
That's
sir.
right.
Consider yourself gone from that point. You don't have no sorry. You don't have nothing like that.
Done. Um, It say, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside lest he fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Your reward
Uh,
will come, man. We know our reward is coming. But we know these things that Esau bringing. Hey, everything that coming here now, Esau bringing. They're bringing they're selling all this stuff, and then they're bringing the cure to make it well. What would deem to be the cure, and it's not, right? All of a sudden, they announce the bird flu, and all of a sudden they have a job for it one time.
yeah, but people go state that is because they're so advanced in technology now, and
Yeah,
in the past they used to
yeah,
take many years, but now they don't. No,
yeah,
I said
yeah,
is the foolish are easily deceived.
yeah.
You understand? That the category them fall into. They easily deceived. They so believe with all the and they just keep on talking about what the miracles that they'll be deceived by the miracles, like all these robotics and all this technology they're seeing coming out. They believe that these people have the answers that they seek, not knowing that they actually are the problem.
That's right, Doc. That's right. It's a it's a yet ye that fear the Lord hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. It said, look at the generations of old and
Mm.
see that did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded.
Uh,
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? It said, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction. Right? And that goes into what the brother was talking about, trusting in the Lord. Right? Whether you want to say something, but
the way the scriptures give us these, the way they say what? They say all these things I've written unto you, that ye should not be offended. That is in John. You understand? The Lord professed these things unto them because he knows not only the apostles at that point in time, but for those who came after, they would suffer certain things and they would have these scriptures. I say what? Search the scriptures, for in them you have hope. Right? We know that we have to go through those things as you read. And we know that I say what? It say written for our learning. It written so that we know through wisdom and understanding the scriptures. These things will happen. He said the devil shall cast some of you into prison. From the minute, in the time of Jacob's trouble, you get locked up, you don't know, well, I was one of them guys. That kind of way.
yeah,
You,
okay.
you don't know because you was told aforetime, so you wouldn't be looking at it like a carnal man. You look at it like, yeah, I was just one of those people that probably have to be, like probably even had to be beheaded, for the word's sake, as I talk about also in Revelation.
That's why it say this is for the spiritual. You understand?
Um,
It's for the spiritual. Once you're a carnal man, you can't understand this because you always think like a carnal minded man. You know? So why this come upon me? Why this happening to me?
yeah,
I know get work. Why the Lord send any plagues? No, this is for the spiritual people. We know the time that we're heading into and we know what's going to happen to them that follow the Lord.
um,
Right?
and
So
we
yeah,
know
go ahead.
where's the
Go ahead.
reward and the penalty. You understand? Get a reward
That's
for
right.
those that comply and have a penalty for those that don't.
That's right. And the same way it have for that is the same way you're gonna have a penalty for them that disobey the Lord. And you're gonna have a reward for them that follow the Lord. You know?
Yeah, come.
So go
So
ahead.
all these things that you're seeing happening, like what the brother reading about, all these pestilences and plagues and so forth. Or we understand where it is taking place. That is why, brothers, when we hear these things, we not sorrowful like other people. Because we not sitting down thinking, hey, yeah, boy, I wanted to go and live in Canada for the next 20 years and pick apples and build a big house. We understand this place going down.
That's
You
right.
understand? And we waiting
Totally
for it to go
understand.
down. Can we waiting for it to go down because we know two kingdoms cannot rule side by side. You understand? For one to reign, one must fall.
That's right.
All that happens is that we pray that as that Habakkuk, because Habakkuk said it, and anytime I wrath, remember mercy, if I'm not mistaken.
Mercy. Anytime I wrath, remember mercy.
And he said he would have mercy unto who? Unto his elect, which we hope we are part of.
That's right. Right.
Hmm. No, that's I said any precept
Yeah,
I was reading.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I said any precept I was reading. I finished that precept.
Oh, that's it. What's the verse reading? All right. So let me
Yeah.
just bring this in and then we will close off. I'm gonna find this right. I'm gonna go here. I'm supposed to go here. Hold on, huh? Right. Go to liked. Right. Look at it. It says China declares state of emergency as epidemic overwhelms hospitals and crematoriums. So crematoriums, which it is do what? It does do what?
Yeah, as burn people to into ashes, break them down.
So you understand?
Mm.
So you don't see people what? Perishing.
Yeah. They ain't
Right?
looking to bury you. And I think whenever it is, I think in most cases, whenever a epidemic is taking place, they don't bury, they just burn, they just get rid of,
There's
and they
burn. Yeah, there's
increase.
burning.
Yeah.
There's burn. Let's say multiple virus, including influenza A, HPV, mycoplasma, right? And well, the usual 19 are spreading
Mm.
rapidly across China, right? Breaking 1 hour ago, China's meta 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 pneumovirus outbreak continues to surge hospitals overwhelmed as children are infected. Right? They say China is
Um,
grappling with a human. Go ahead, go ahead.
just like yeah, for interrupting, if I can say, and this is show you that the scriptures talk about humility, right? And we know that the elect will try to humble themselves before destruction, and the ones who are not of the elect, they will be humbled by the destruction. Because if it's one thing that is make you humble, is he getting sick, or
That is
or being in the middle of destruction. Go ahead.
that is a serious thing. Getting sick. Let's make the strongest man turn weak. He did that, baby.
Yeah. That is one of the greatest humbling tools. You see destruction or illness. I have a precept in it when they finish.
Yeah, yeah. As I mentioned, let me bring this here now.
Yeah.
It say this is the book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 17. Right? Matter of fact, hey, let me go to verse 14. 14 and go down, right? It
Yeah.
said, better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body,
God.
health, and good estate. You understand? I mean, me and the brother here, we could bear witness to certain the brother own maybe are more serious than mine, but we went through certain, or he's going through certain, I myself going through certain, he a little more serious, but we went through illnesses in the body, which shut us down, have us down, pack us up for a good while. Sometimes you feel like the sickness make you feel like you was ready to go, you know. And that's to show you how, as your brother mentioned before, how sickness is make a man feel. It have a saying, woman is laugh at. They say a man strong until he get ill.
Yeah,
you know,
they don't make fun of that, God.
yes, we make fun of that. So he said, better is a poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. It
Um,
said there is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. It said death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
and that's something I always say. It depends on how bad your illness is. It has some people that is literally wish for death rather than to suffer being alive and being that ill. Like people who are like stage 3 or 4 cancer or some shit. You understand? They just wish for death.
hmm They want to go, you know. So yeah, go ahead, Ak.
Yeah, there's Isaiah 2, I'll read from verse 11, right? It said, the lofty look of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down. For Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day, right? It say, for the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai,
Khan.
you know, shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. You understand? So the scriptures tell you, you go have a great
Khan, that's right.
humbling. They just like for example, what had happened in Egypt when Pharaoh had his chest push out and like, what? Let who go by thy my slaves. You understand? It's to say there was not a house
Khan.
that wasn't touched that night. You understand? Everybody get humble in that situation.
Yep. Tails of the flu.
Yeah. Pharaoh had to tell him, man, take your people and go and bless
Tails
me
of the
also.
flu. Only time Moses asked, let my people go, and he wanted to do it. He was like, go.
Say
He's
what?
like, go. I was explaining to the person, I say, people don't take things serious until it hit their house,
Can.
until it hit them. You understand? And that's what going to happen to majority of these people. Until it hit them hardcore, that is when they take things serious. Remember when we ended lockdown, how much people wanted to turn to the Lord? How much people was praying, putting up precepts, Lord, take you out of this. You know? It hit them. It hit them. It finally hit them now.
Just like
Right?
in Jeremiah, it's saying, "The time of their trouble, they shall arise and say, save us." You know, that's paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm.
And that what the Lord say
So
what?
yeah.
And the Lord say in the Proverbs, he say what? In the time of the calamity, he shall laugh. Lord waiting patiently to have a good little giggle on you. When that
That's
time
right.
come,
A good little old giggling. I don't say you go laugh at the fear, you know, when the fear come upon them. You know, that's something we could go into. We could do our next live stream and we'll go into that. You understand? So hey, okay, anything to close off with, or that is it?
no, that is the thing.
You understand? So hey, once again, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Shem,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai,
Kevin,
Ba'ashem, Kuka, Kodash. We sit down on a person and elders agree most and rule world teaches our person in truth and we see salutations so the act must push you within the truth and sincerity. Day in and day out on a constantly in season and season we say Shalom.
Shalom.